are the officer on the engine this day, and you and your crew are shopping at the local grocery for the station's meals.
We get a few of these. No? Maybe a carrot.
That one over here?
Yeah, that one's good. We're gonna see how much it costs. Yes, sir. Can I help you?
Is it customary for firefighters to shop on duty?
I don't know about customary, but we have to come in.
I don't believe this. I can tell you're very well paid and very well fed from what you're looking at.
Well, we're actually looking at the special.
But sir, these are my tax dollars. Do you think you should be here on duty?
I understand
You should be out
that.
protecting the citizens.
We have to still come and buy food for
I can
lunch
see you're
and
very
dinner.
well paid and very well fed with my tax dollars.
I'm sorry that you feel that way, sir.
Yeah, but that's why the budget is the way it is in this community.
My opinion on this one is that individual you are never going to make happy. You're going to avoid a confrontation. You're not going to change his perception because he is angry. He might be having a bad day. His wife might be sick. You don't know what's going on in his life. He is looking to start a fight with you. All you are going to do, and the right thing to do and the respectful thing to do, is to avoid a confrontation. Sir, I'm sorry you feel that way. We respect your opinion. We're going to pick up our meal and we'll be out of your way. Thank you very much. And walk away. Go shop on the other side of the store. If the guy follows you, I'll get in the rig and go someplace else to shop or go back in 15 minutes. But you know what? You don't want to get into a screaming match in the store because you're going to look like an idiot to the entire public. But this person, if they're coming off like that, is going to just be a problem for all of you. Now, if the person is just like, excuse me, are my tax dollars paying for your meal? No, sir, they're not. We all chip in, we buy the meal as a group, and we all chip in and we pay for our meals every day. We pay for everything in the firehouse. We pay for our coffee and everything else. Your tax dollars pay for that fire truck and pays to make sure that we show up professionally. What we eat, what we do in the firehouse, we pay for ourselves. I mean, a lot of citizens don't realize, and I don't know if it's this way all over the country, but in the city of New York, we pay for our own cable TV, okay, which is fine. That's what we do. When we want to watch cable TV, that's great. We pay for it. Okay, we pay for our own phone in the firehouse. There's the department phone, and then there's the phone that our wives, girlfriends, husbands, whoever can call on, our kids. We pay for that phone. Okay, so that is all, some of it is a misconception of the public. Mm-hmm. But on certain individuals, you're never going to change their mind. So all you're going to do is avoid a confrontation.
I tell everyone in my crew, don't kid yourself. We are in the PR business. We have to market our department. Doesn't matter if it's fire, if it's EMS, if it's hazmat, if it's angular rescue. We are in the PR business. We're in the public's eye, we're public servant. The public is always right. In this particular situation, Mike is absolutely right. This individual did not care for an answer. You have to acknowledge his feeling on it. In fact, I'm quite aware that everyone around that was probably looking at him and was, what's wrong with this man? Because people have a high perception of the fire department.
True.
They love us. So he's not speaking for the 95%. He's an individual. And who knows, financial situation, something happened, a death in the family, whatever that may be, that brought that up. Acknowledge the way he feels. And like you said, there's no need to get into a situation with him. It's quite obvious. And
right, you just want to diffuse it, and
that's
you know, maybe move over into another aisle or something like that, or even like what Mike was saying, if worst case scenario, you might even have to go shop somewhere else for that particular morning.
I have a situation similar to that where in the next aisle, another citizen came over to me and says, listen, don't listen to this person. We love you guys. We know what you guys are doing.
Mm-hmm.
Don't even worry about it. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. That's the perception. They love us.
All right, true.
I agree. I would take that situation and
try to educate him and let him know. But I mean, though, as you said, he's probably having a bad day and anything you say is going to be wrong, but I would try your best to let him know that you do pay for your own meals and the tax dollars don't pay for any of your food, cable, as you said, at the station. But back to what he said about us doing it on duty and who's protecting the city, who's running calls. When we shop in our city, you shop in your own zone. So let him know that if a call were to come in, that you're wearing your radio and everything's dropped and you're off to the call, because your job comes first before eating. There are many a times that we don't eat lunch, don't have dinner, because we're running calls.
Right, I've pushed the shopping cart over to the side and
Right.
had to have come back to it many a time to finish up the shopping much later on.
Exactly.
4 or 5 times.
Right.
Trying to get the meal, yeah.
Right.
Well, and great point, and I know a veteran officer told me one time, and I've carried it with me, not just for these types of incidences, but even for when we're just out on runs and people are emotional. It's better to shun the bait than to wrestle in the snare. And the bait there is the emotion and the anger and our natural reaction to go, hey, wait a minute, all we're trying to do is get a meal here, for crying out loud, you know? We're protecting you while we're here. We're ready to go. Don't take that bait. Don't get in that mess. Like Mike said, you don't know what's going on in this person's life. You don't know what they may have just lost their job, and for crying out loud, it's really acute to them, that the economic issues. I thought the firefighter was doing a terrific job. Sir, I'm sorry you feel that way. Your point is very well taken. We're on duty right now, ready to respond, and we'll drop this stuff in a second to come get to your emergency. And then from that point forward, all you can do is just say, sir, we're moving as quick as we can, and we'll be out of the store as soon as we can. I think that's the way you handle it. And then if they persist, the other option you have is to say, sir, here's a phone number for the main fire department. If you'd like to call and voice a complaint, we'd be happy to make sure that happens. And that's something that professionals do. You know, we're certainly willing to listen to the complaints of the citizens and act appropriately.